I'm Sven the Slayer, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make this. It's an automated farm. I took what I learned from building my own design here and a design by a guy named McCraw. I'll post a link to his video in the description. And came up with this. It's pretty simple, but it works. Now, for the sake of the tutorial, I've prepared a building area, which is 5 by 12, and I'm going to be building an 8-plot farm. Now, you can make it longer, but if you use less plots, it doesn't really make it any shorter. So it's fairly survival friendly. You only need 8 dispensers, 8 sticky pistons, 8 dirt, 8 hoppers, 1 dropper, your stack of your building materials, 9 stone slabs, 2 chests, 8 glass panes or fence gates, 2 buckets of water or an infinite source, a crap ton of bone meal. That's the only survival-friendly thing that it is not. But I have a skeleton farm, so that's not a problem for me anyway. 5 redstone comparators, 7 repeaters, 21 redstone, and 10 torches. So let's get started then. Alright, so the first step will be building most of the underground components and the framework. And you'll need your building material, pistons, dirt, slabs, water, and a couple redstone components. And you want to determine where the controls are. I'm going to mirror this guy, start from this side. And you want to go over 3, and then dig out 8 across. And then from there, we'll want basically a 2 by 2 trench down for the entire 8, and then back another 1. You end up with like a hole like that. And then place your pistons, your torches, and then dust across here. And then your half slabs go on the top end next to the piston heads. Dirt on top of the piston heads. Frame it all off. And then at the right side here, you also want to go up 2. And over here, I guess I'll leave that frame to go for now. Your water will go in here. And now I need the dispensers. Dropper, dispensers on top, facing down, and then you can close off the water source. The next step is to prepare the item collection and the input. So from the left side here, you want to dig out the block and put down your hopper or your dropper, and then from there you want hoppers feeding into each other all the way across. Next you want to dig out the 2 blocks directly behind the dropper, and then 1 over. So you want to put a comparator into the block that goes into dust, and then back into the block next to the dropper. Cover that up, and then from right in front of the dropper you want to put a block up, button, another block, dust across, and you will now only need comparators powering. Comparators will power all 3 blocks because dispensers are considered solid blocks. So you just need them every 2 blocks. Now it's important to note that you should use a wooden button and test it out, because a stone button actually provides a shorter pulse. So wooden buttons to get the timing right are required. Next we have to set up the piston control system. So from the button here you'll put a torch, which goes into a repeater set to 4, and then on top of above the torch you need a stone slab on the upper half, and then stone here and here with dust on all through. So that actually will receive input from this direction, but won't put input back through. And this ends up being a fallen edge pulse detector, or pulse limiter. And then we want to send the signal down this way. So you want a dust shape like that, knock out those 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and repeater there. And this one gets 4, that one gets 1, and then you want repeaters going all the way across the back. And you'll need to put dust here. And that's basically a poor man's pulse lengthener. So it'll take the short pulse from here and turn it into a long pulse, because the pulse will go through here into the line, and then 4 ticks later it'll get more power, and then 4 ticks later it'll get more power, and more power, more power. So that's it for the construction. All you have to do is finish it off and test it out. So you put a chest, maybe build up a frame, we can get the materials right. This is really kind of the unimportant thing. But importantly is you got to fill these with bone meal. I already tried once without doing that, and it ended badly. It's just such a mess. Finish that and give it a test spin. Boom, carrots. It's pretty compact. And I'm definitely going to build one of these next to my XP farm, because I get tons of bones and I always need food there. And thanks for watching. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. Without much more additional tuning, you can make it 15 long, or longer than 8, whatever. By adding this repeater here, it gets you the full length of 15. And the delay doesn't need to be any longer. But you need that repeater there to make sure power gets all the way to the final set of dispensers. And you can make 15 crops at once. And sometimes it gets stuck like that, but you can increase the time if you want to eliminate the items getting stuck. And use fence, getting stuck on the glass. But I think glass looks nicer.